everybody, it's me, Colleen. Today we're going to continue on with JoJo. And in this episode, it introduces us to a much older Speedwagon. Not only that, but he gets betrayed by one of his friends. After noticing that there's more than one stone mask that turns people into vampires. Now his friend killed all of his buddies that have the use of hormone. And he puts on the mask and kills Speedwagon. Now, I'm very upset about this. But, you know, a lot of characters are gonna die. Even all the JoJo's. Anyway. It starts off... Also, the episode starts off with JoJo getting a cola, which obviously is Coca-Cola, obviously. And this kid comes by and steals his wallet and runs off with it. Now, he dips into an alley and gets caught by two police officers. At this point, the police officer grabs this kid by the neck and pins him to the wall in the alleyway. And this kid is lucky because JoJo came along. He's carrying his cola. And he was like, "What do you think you guys are doing?" And, of course, these police officers put the kid down. And they walk up to JoJo like he was nothing. And the big police officer picked his nose and wiped it on JoJo's face. And I'm like, ew! That's so gross. And, of course, JoJo got mad at this police officer and punched him in the face. And the other police officer was scared, and he pulled out his gun at him. And in this process, JoJo was holding his cola, right? And he was using his hormone without even noticing. And the lid popped off his soda and broke the police officer's trigger finger. He won't be able to shoot anybody for a week, or maybe even longer. God knows. But yeah, that was an epic fight scene, even though it was very short. That was cool. I could see why people liked JoJo being at this point of the anime. Now, as these police officers are there just in pain and crying on the floor like a bunch of wimps, JoJo grabbed the kid and pretty much adopted him into his family. Which is the nicest thing I thought he would ever do. Now, what happens next? Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, right. I already mentioned everything before, so I can just move on with JoJo. They are at a restaurant, and these rich-looking dudes are, like, disgusted by them sitting with this person. JoJo and his auntie, of course. And, this character happens to be African American. And there's a lot of racism in this episode, but yeah. He's like disgusted by him. And I'm like, are you kidding me? I know this is like probably the 1930s or something, 40s, 50s, but this is like unacceptable. Oh my god. It was harsh for people back then, wasn't it? And, JoJo stood up out of his chair and said, "What do you say, bud?" Yeah. And, this guy gets out of his chair, and JoJo is like freaking Sherlock, predicting every single part, every single one of his moves. And he's like, oh my god, I can't believe this. He has like brass knuckles. He goes to punch him, but he totally fails. And I think at this point, JoJo kind of just 1KO'd him. And yeah, he's just there on the ground. And then this other dude comes out, which was sitting with this guy, tells JoJo that he knew him, and Speedwagon was killed. He tells JoJo that Speedwagon was killed, which was someone he was very, attached to. He is always there to protect him, but because of him not being there at the time, which I think was a trap, because this guy, the friend of Speedwagon, killed him. And yeah, so they all go outside. JoJo's crying and holding on to his auntie. And the kid was like, wow, I don't understand what's going on, but I'm guessing you guys have a bad history. But yeah, and it, of course, then it cuts to them. I think it was like a time skip, and they're sitting in a cafe, and they're talking, and JoJo sees a guy, I think it was Speedwagon's friend. He looks a lot different here than what he did in, like, earlier on. But yeah, JoJo goes outside and says, do I know you? And he notices that he was not breathing because it was cold out and there was no breath coming out of his mouth. So, yeah, he's like, you're a vampire, aren't you? And at this point, JoJo takes out a gun, like a huge gun. God knows where he got it from, maybe from his inventory. But yeah, he starts shooting up the place, and everyone's ducking and covering. I was like, you're supposed to, even though you should know by now that these vampires cannot be killed unless they're completely obliterated. But yeah, that was the end of this episode. It's going to continue on the same way, but I can't wait to see what happens next, because things are definitely getting up there, I really love JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and I can't wait till next episode. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed this video, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.